It was a busy Monday morning at Westford International Airport. Travelers hurried past each other, some dragging heavy suitcases, others clutching passports and boarding passes with nervous anticipation. The smell of coffee from a nearby cafe mixed with the faint scent of airplane fuel drifting in from the tarmac. Everything seemed ordinary until it happened. Officer Daniel Cole, a seasoned airport security officer, was making his usual rounds with his loyal K-9 partner, Rex. Rex was a 6-year-old German Shepherd, trained to detect explosives, drugs, and anything out of the ordinary. He was calm, disciplined, and rarely barked unless there was a reason. That's why when Rex suddenly froze, his ears perked and nose twitching near a row of luggage, Daniel knew something was wrong. Rex let out a sharp bark, then another, then began growling, pulling Daniel toward a medium-sized, navy blue suitcase sitting alone by the baggage inspection area. "Easy. Boy, what is it?" Daniel muttered, but Rex's barking only grew louder, more urgent, drawing the attention of nearby travelers and security staff. The dog's nose pressed against the suitcase, his tail stiff, his body tense. Within seconds, airport security surrounded the area. "Whose bag is this?" one officer shouted, scanning the crowd. No one stepped forward. The suitcase's tag had no clear name, just a smudged sticker from an overseas airline. Daniel felt a knot form in his stomach. Unattended luggage at an airport was always a red flag. But something about Rex's reaction told him this wasn't just about explosives or drugs. It was something else, something unusual. A bomb disposal team was called in. The area was cleared, travelers moved back and silence fell, except for Rex's relentless barking. When the team slowly unzipped the suitcase, everyone held their breath. But instead of finding wires or suspicious packages, there was a faint, muffled sound. A cry. Gasps filled the air. Inside, wrapped in a thin blanket, was a newborn baby, its tiny fists clenched, its face red from crying. The child's chest rose and fell quickly, shivering from the cold. "Oh my God!" whispered one officer. "It's alive." Daniel's hands trembled as he lifted the baby out, feeling how frighteningly light it was. The infant's skin was pale, and its lips had a faint bluish tint, clear signs of hypothermia. Without hesitation, he stripped off his own jacket, wrapping it around the baby while shouting for medical assistance. Within minutes, airport paramedics rushed in. They gently took the baby, checking its vitals. The lead medic, a woman with tears in her eyes, said, "If this dog hadn't alerted us, this baby wouldn't have survived another hour." Rex sat nearby, watching intently, his tail slowly wagging as if he understood what had just happened. News spread like wildfire. The airport became a scene of chaos. Reporters, police, and curious onlookers gathered, desperate for answers. Who would leave a newborn baby inside a suitcase? Security cameras were pulled. The footage showed a woman in a dark hoodie arriving early that morning. She avoided eye contact, moving quickly through the terminal. At one point, she set the suitcase down by the baggage screening area, looked around nervously, and then walked away, disappearing into the crowd. Interpol was alerted. It turned out the woman was on a wanted list for human trafficking across several countries. Authorities now believed the baby might have been part of a much larger, darker operation. The baby was taken to a nearby hospital. Nurses nicknamed him Lucky because of the miraculous way he had been found. Daniel visited often, sometimes with Rex, who seemed to have formed a strange bond with the child. Whenever Rex entered the room, Lucky would stop crying and stare at the dog with wide eyes. One afternoon, as Daniel sat beside the baby's hospital crib, a social worker approached. "You know," she said softly, "if you hadn't been there, if Rex hadn't been trained the way he is, this could have been a very different story." Daniel looked at Rex, who lay quietly by his feet, and felt a swell of pride. "He's more than just a K-9 unit," Daniel said. "He's a hero." Weeks later, as the investigation continued, authorities discovered something shocking. DNA tests revealed that the woman who left the suitcase was not the baby's mother. The real mother had been desperately searching for her child after he was abducted from a small village overseas. The reunion was emotional beyond words. When the mother saw her baby for the first time in weeks, she fell to her knees, sobbing and clutching him tightly. The baby, sensing her warmth, stopped crying instantly. Even hardened police officers wiped away tears. Before leaving the country, the mother insisted on meeting Rex one last time. She knelt before him, stroking his fur, and whispered, "You saved my child's life. I will never forget you." Months later, Rex received a national award for bravery, his photo appearing in newspapers and news broadcasts around the world. But for Daniel, the real reward was simpler, knowing that somewhere out there, a little boy named Lucky would grow up safe and loved, all because a loyal dog refused to stop barking at a suitcase that others might have ignored. And at the heart of it all was the unspoken truth. Sometimes heroes walk on four legs.